Hey, it's Joe, and this is my next project. You know who's having fun? Rat rod guys. Why can't I be a rat rod guy? Get an old car, fix it up, put in an engine, do a little body work, hang out with those guys, go to some shows. I would love to do that. I just don't have access to 80-year-old parts. And when you do find the 80-year-old parts, they're pretty expensive. I saw two guys on television and they did a junkyard build. I know a little bit about a junkyard. I think I could go to a junkyard, maybe come out with a rat rod. Just shopping at the junkyard, maybe a U-Pull-It yard, salvage yard, just local, me and you, anywhere in the country, and come out with enough parts to put together an affordable rat rod, hot rod kind of thing. And I've been thinking about it for a while, and I thought about it so much, I actually went out and I bought about $2,500 worth of parts. I got them down in the shop. You wanna see them? Let's go. You first. Right out here. Uh-oh. They forgot to turn the lights on. Lights. Kind of a little junkyard build. Maybe a little different than other junkyard builds, but this little car, we're going to call it the Zen Coupe. And if anybody wants to build a little Zen Coupe, here's a recipe. It's a 2002 Beetle, Volkswagen Beetle. This is the front of the Beetle. Had the headlights on it. And I bought new fenders at a U-Pull-It yard and cut them, slid them down over that. I'll rivet those on. Nice evenly spaced rivets. And these tires, they're a little big, a little bit too big, but we'll run smaller tires, and we'll also sculpt this out nicer to go right around here and make a nice body cut right there. Now this body, these German bodies, look at how many layers of metal are in all that. And we figured out a way. We cut 1, 2, 3 layers, and we cut it down in here, and we cut the floorboard a little bit, and we bent this in. We bent both sides in at the cowl. We bent them in far enough where we could use the back hatch for the windshield posts. And the back hatch goes right down through here, if you can see that. And that will give us, we'll change this up a little bit. We'll contour it how we want. It'll give it a curved windshield through here. Let me get that back. And the roof, we'll have a Lexan windshield that'll be curved. And then it'll have this little visor hanging over the windshield there. This roof is going to be made out of a 2014 Toyota Corolla, and we'll cut off a lot of this. Let me show you this roof on the other side. It is like I said, a 2014 Toyota Corolla, and I apologize for the plastic, but I want the first impression to be kind of a finished-ish thing, because really underneath it's pretty skeletony under there. Anyway, this was a hard piece to find. There was a lot of walking through the U-Pullet yard to find this, and it's a '01 Volkswagen Passat rear bumper, and it's upside down. There's a cool little finish piece of trim over here on the floor that I can cut it out so it's going to have a cool piece of trim there. And this was the hardest thing to find, just without a divot in it or a body line or some kind of scoop or something. It was tough to find. Hey, and check this out. This is a grill. It's off of a Ford van, and I'm gonna chop that narrower and shorter. It'll be a little mail slot back window. It'll fit in there. It'll look so factory. It's just gonna be badass. And it's plastic. It's easy to cut. So is that Passat. This is plastic also. We'll put some kind of stiffener in there. It's pretty stiff already. So that takes care of the top. You have a filler panel that'll go in here, and the trunk lid still opens. That's you can see the rear end. They'll have gas tank, all that stuff in here. We'll change the suspension links, get rid of this Jeep suspension links, get rid of the upper, rid of the lower, and probably put a 3-link on there is what I'm thinking. What else? The hood. The hood is 88 Ford pickup front fenders. And this one right here is the right front fender. And the cool thing about this car is I took a string and strung it from right here down onto a jack stand in the floor, and that's where I cut the door. I paid attention to where this latch was, where I didn't get into the latch, and I could have gone further down. I had a little concern about the engine and radiator fitting because I don't really have a radiator yet, but anyway, I think I got it low enough. And this piece, and you can tell, this is C-purlin, like you build a metal building with, right here. And I sliced it because this whole door, this is one of the few cars that the door is curved like that. Most doors are so very straight. And that curve really helps you turn it from a wide car here to a narrow car up there. And this thing's just sitting there. It's about to fall off. And I'll do another one of these inside, and it'll come out here and match this, and then we'll cap it really smooth. This is a piece I kind of custom hammered on it to get it to fit. And what's going to happen here, I'm going to cut it. Once I get it all in position, I'm going to cut it very nicely and scallop it, and it will taper from here all the way down to about 3/4 inch or 5/8 right here by the grill. And the grill is, oh, I didn't introduce the Jeep. There's the rear axle and the front axle, the brake booster, master cylinder, and the grill are all out of a 2002 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. The grill is the window frames for off the front doors. We just whack them off and sculpted them on there. And naturally, we're going to cut this. We're going to sculpt this real nicely, come into a point here. And I've studied these grills quite a bit, and they're still, I'm not sure if I can do it, but I think I can. I just keep looking at them, picture after picture after picture. I think I can come up with a grill that will go in there and be affordable. The sides will be covered in metal, and that's the cool thing. You can bend a flat piece of metal there, and you could bend a flat piece of metal here. Naturally, it'll be cut out where the suspension can move up and down a little bit. Have little headlights on it also. Anyway, I think all that's gonna fit real well. Coilovers, probably. We're gonna have one airbag. The airbag's gonna be to lower the car, and the way that's gonna work is You put air in the airbag and it pushes the nose down to the ground. You let the air out of the airbag, nose comes up off the ground. That easy thing. What else is to say? It's got a little Chevrolet V8 in it, fuel injected. I love this engine for this reason. It's got such a low intake on it. It's just barely higher than the valve covers. And it won't have a paper hood. And also, look at that water pump runs off the front of the cam. How cool is that? Just like that. I'm representing the radiator. I've got this piece of wood cut out about the same size and width and height. The front radius rods, these are off of an 01 Mitsubishi Montero Sport. It's a little SUV thing. Unlike the Ford Wishbones that a lot of people run, these have rubber in them. Right there, rubber. I'm gonna make a fixture I'll make a bracket that'll hold all that. Naturally, the frame is not in there. This 2x4 in there is representing the frame, and I've been under there, and the frame's not going to be very complicated, so it's going to work out really nice. And I will get rid of this Volkswagen-y rocker panel. We're not going to be needing that, and we're going to let it go. I've got another plan for that. So basically, that's about it. That is just, one more piece. 03 Lincoln Towncar front fender. This happens to be the right front fender. See, right up by the grill. That's the front there. And I've cut it off where there's not much left. And it's gonna fit right along here if I can hold everything. Just like that. And it will blend the side of that roof into this top here. Yeah, I think that's gonna blend in right along that line. I'm hoping that's gonna go right there. And I think it will. I can persuade it. You just hit it with a bigger hammer. Did I mention the seat was out of a 07 Lincoln? No, it's not 07 Lincoln, it's a 07 Mercedes 235. Watch, little head rest pop up, and you hit the button and they fall down. Pretty cool. Automatic transmission. We'll build a floorboard, build a firewall. Other than that, that's about all there is. I think Chip Foose, I saw a talk of his on the internet, and he talked about taking these old cars and wedge cutting them, like the Boydster. I think he was there when the Boydster may have designed it or had part in designing it. And since then, I've taken a lot of notice, and there's a lot of those wedge cut cars, and they all look badass. I like it high in the back, low in the front, and we get that airbag, it'll be even lower. When we set it there, we'll force it down. And it's high in the back. It's high enough in the back, you're not gonna have any trouble figuring out if it's a boy or a girl, that's for sure. All right, well, the next video, we're gonna go back and start from scratch. So you haven't seen this, you'll be ahead of where I am when you see me in the next video. We're gonna start from just the idea and get it to this stage. And while you're watching all the videos we already have in the can, I'll be making more videos, getting a little further down the road. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as we enjoyed making it. If you did, tell your friends and subscribe. It's important.